Welcome back to the Roeland podcast, episode 2.
Wow. Never thought I'd hear that again.
It's been a while.
Long break.
Been a year and a half.
So we're doing this because of our English teacher. She needs us to commentate over a journal prompt.
Shout out to Meg Dog.
Meg Dog. Miss Robbie.
Meg Mahone.
Meg Mahone.
So, Ty, do you want to read off the prompt that we have for this journal?
Okay. So, I don't know if we ever went around and said who we even are.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. Hi, I'm Ty Young. My sign is Scorpio, and I'm a co-founder of Roeland Inc.
I'm Hunter Wyrick. I'm a Sagittarius. Is that how you say it?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
What month were you born?
November.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Is that Sagittarius?
No. What day in November?
22nd.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the
It's
day.
that or Scorpio, right?
Yeah, I'm on like the exact day of it.
Wow.
You're close, yeah.
Mhm.
My name is Max Meyer. I am a Libra.
You're a
Liberal?
liberal?
You're a liberal?
Liberal guy. Yeah, and I am one of the co-founders of Roeland Incorporated.
I am CorOHNOvirus. I am a Virgo. And
Ooh, Virgo.
I am the founder, of
Yeah.
Roeland. I'm more of just like the face. I'm kind of like Michael Jordan is the Air Jordan.
Yeah.
That's me.
So on the Corona thing, how is it affecting you guys? We're all in high school.
I'm bored as fuck. Every day.
That's your F-bomb use.
That's right.
No, we agreed to 2.
We agreed to
No,
two.
we only agreed to one.
No,
didn't
we
we?
said 2. We said 2.
I think
For
two.
each of us individually, or
Yeah.
two? Really? Okay.
Each.
Yeah, we have 8 in
That's,
total.
that's a lot of F-bombs.
We got 8 bullets in
Sorry,
there.
Mick Mahone, but
That
you're
guy.
my
If I have one at the end, I'm just yelling it.
Well, that's your F-bomb, Max.
That doesn't
count.
Nah, it definitely does.
On a serious note, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? This has never happened in my life.
I think I'm more affected in the sports realm. Because,
Yeah.
being home, and what I like to do is I like to sit there and watch sports. And the only thing that's really happening right now is professional bowling and
Yeah.
NFL free agency.
Yeah.
By the way, Tom Brady going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm fall for it. Screw the Patriots, burn in hell.
Yeah.
Everything's been canceled.
Is
That's
XFL on?
No, XFL's canceled.
XFL's
That's gonna be a
canceled.
new thing. XFL.
The funny
Blue Devils, let's go.
The funny thing is the XFL. It was all the hype around it. It actually was going pretty far. But the first season of the XFL lasted shorter than the original season of the XFL.
Dude, I was actually gonna buy tickets to the XFL. I was gonna
You
watch
should
it.
go.
Dude, I'm a St. Louis fan, honestly.
Blue Devils all the way.
I didn't watch it.
I know.
I've only seen
I think the
TikToks.
St. Louis. I forgot their actual name.
Yeah.
But St. Louis is low.
They're not as popular yet. So once a few years come around, you'll start remembering the names.
It's
and
like
figure
a
it out.
sword with like wings. That's their logo. It looks like
Battlehawks.
Pokemon.
Battlehawks.
Yeah, it's Battlehawks. It's the
Battlehawks.
Battlehawks.
Yeah. We should go. Let's go to St. Louis and go watch a Battlehawks game.
I'm down.
That'd be so hype.
So, I'm affected on a family-related realm because my mom's in Georgia right now. And so travel is going to be a little difficult with my mom stuck in Georgia and the coronavirus. So I really don't know what's happening with that. We were planning on seeing my mom in April, but if this keeps on going, I potentially won't see her for even longer than that.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, I'm affected the same way too because my dad is a Thai gang supervisor for Union Pacific, and right now he's in San Francisco area.
Wow.
And right now, if you didn't know, San Francisco has this little issue thing called shelter in place mandate, which he couldn't fly out or anything, so he started driving out yesterday, and he drove for 20 hours, and he did a 4 hours nap at a hotel, and then now today he's also doing another 20 hours. So
Really?
he's gonna be home late tomorrow night.
That is
So he's
insane.
going on 4 hours of sleep for what? 40 hours?
Yeah.
That's OP.
That's such a long drive. Oh my god.
What's he doing? Is he just sitting there listening to music? And
What?
Yeah.
Why was he there?
There's on the railroad. There's those little spikes you put in.
Yeah.
He basically overlooks all that, and he goes around basically just all around the United States. One time he got to work in Hollywood or whatever.
Wow.
But it's a little off in the ghetto part because you don't really have railroads
In the
into
ghetto.
the nice places.
I like to think he saw a actor that was just like in the sewers, like an ex-actor.
Jim
Carrey.
Jim Carrey comes out with a mask.
You see Tom Cruise with coronavirus just crawling around.
Tom Cruise coming out of the Church of Scientology church.
But he actually worked like near the border near Mexico. And he actually had to leave because the cartel came by.
What?
Yeah, and there was like they had like mounted guns and everything. And my dad took a picture, and the cops came by, and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna need to delete that picture because the cartel will actually get mad about that." And like the cops had to escort them off the property.
Wow. That's
And
crazy.
and I love to hear because my dad, when he told the story, I was like, he thought, Border Patrol really bumped it up today.
I'm surprised they haven't broke out El Chapo yet.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw like there was like a picture of El Chapo like jail cell and like his escape and he just like dug out.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
He is
El
crazy.
Chapo.
El Chapo is actually insane.
I shouldn't say it, but like you kind of have to admire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chapo.
I do. He's a great businessman. He's like an excellent businessman. Like he knows what he's doing.
That's kind of.
He has like a whole like army basically.
I think like people who watch Breaking Bad can understand what I mean by like it's kind of you kind of envy those who can go off the grid, make money through like unconventional means. It's just like and when I watched Breaking Bad, I kind of want that lifestyle, but like I'm not smart enough to do it. Nor do I have the balls to.
How do you guys think teachers feel?
Teachers,
because like I know both my parents are teachers. Hunter, one of your mom's a para.
Oh yeah, my mom it was like a para, and her thing is like she has to teach one-on-one with like the kids who have problems like learning. So now that they aren't in the classroom, she's now going to be taking up a job because you know how at the other middle schools they're handing out bags of food, or not middle schools, elementary schools.
I heard about that.
She's going to be like working with handing out food and all that now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, it's something. At least it's something to do to get
crazy.
money.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
Teachers got it rough.
Yeah, they
got it rough.
They still have to be on call from like 8:30 till 11 something, and then 1 to 3:30. Just I honestly bet all these teachers, some of them won't get any questions from kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the point? Like my dad's a music teacher. No offense to you, Mr. Meyer, but I don't understand. I don't know why you need to be on call. What are they going to ask you about? And my mom's a first grade teacher. You think these little kids in their pants are
yeah. It's kind of crazy how like no one in America ever thought, if there was ever a crisis, what are we going to do about education? We'll think about it later.
Yeah.
It's like no one was prepared for this. There was so little funding put in like emergency disaster relief. Like in the medical side for pandemics, we don't know what to do. I'm pretty sure like most of the people in the government don't know what to do. We're kind of just playing by ear, hoping that someone will just miraculously come up with a cure.
Because we're like running out of hospital beds.
Yeah. And I heard they might be setting up tents in like the parking lot.
No, what I heard is that they're going to start. I think that if they start running out, they're literally going to kick out all the old people. No more help for you.
The thing is, that will actually help me with my community service, like setting up tents at the hospital,
put on
NHS,
put on the hazmat suit, and start burying bodies.
Yeah,
that's gonna.
That might happen.
That's my community. That's my community
like
service.
A second Holocaust kind of thing.
I predicted war was gonna come before plague.
Oh,
this is
2020 has just been crazy.
It has been crazy.
In history class, I would remember reading about the Black
Plague,
and I'd be like, that's crazy.
Reintroduce the plague doctor masks. That's all I'm saying.
Dude,
the boys vibing with the plague doctor masks.
Oh yeah,
those are sick.
Dude, we could get like different
scary,
colors. We could be like
they're scary, but they're like cool scary.
Okay, they won't be scary if we all like get different colors. We could be like the Power Rangers of the apocalypse.
I'm actually gonna do it when I get home. I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy a plague doctor mask. And stuff it with roses.
They're definitely like $100.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't care.
If you didn't know McMahon, Ty is a very rich man.
No, I'm not. Don't.
How much did you spend on cables?
Cable? Oh no.
No.
So let's not throw that around.
What's been in the news besides the coronavirus is government proposed bills, one of them being universal basic income. And if you know Ty Young, you know two things about me. One, I'm part of a group named Roeland, and two, I advocate for an Asian American candidate known as Andrew Yang. Who unfortunately dropped out. But one of the and honestly, I might jump on the Trump train because like one of the like fundamental things that Yang was going for was universal basic income. If you're not familiar with it, it's that every American would get $1,000 a month. So if you're an American citizen, you could get $1,000 every month, and the idea is that this money would, the average American would spend money through a business, and the business, or it would go through like health care or some other way, and that all that money would go back to the government. A way that this would have been paid for was by taxing companies that are replacing jobs, such as Google, Amazon. When you enter like McDonald's, for example, there's kiosks. The taxes would be going to the kiosk companies. So we as citizens would be reimbursed for all the jobs that are being lost. And in the news, Mitt Romney, none other than Mitt Romney, was talking about giving American adults actually $1,000 and children $500 during this time of crisis. Hopefully it'll get passed, because in my own experience, actually, I'm a part of the community players board, and one of the big things that is affecting local business here in Beatrice is that everyone is quarantined, everyone is locked down. We even see it in restaurants, you can't dine in, and it's affecting a lot of people. I know Roel's out of a job now.
Yeah,
Simon's out of a job,
Hunter,
and that's just
at a gym. I'm out of a job too.
I'm soon to be out of the job at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Are they closing down?
The maximum we can allow now per theater is 10 people.
Yeah,
you can't have more than 10 in the theater, so it's kind of hard to do anything.
And so, I mean, that's just affecting children. Just think about all the adults, like the workers that work at arenas, schools. They'll be out of a job and they'll have no source of income. They just have to stay at home. So it could really affect our economy. And I think that universal basic income would be one great relief for American citizens. I mean, now there's people like Bernie Sanders that are coming out and saying that you should just straight up get the wages you deserve as if you were working. Controversial take. Socialism, baby. You want to go there, Hunter?
No.
I just want to say Robin Hood tax ain't really the way to go.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy how Andrew Yang's campaign based around universal basic income, and then he drops out. And now after he drops out, everyone's like considering it. Like,
they're just hopping on the train because he's like, dude, this guy got popular by just saying this.
Wait for 2024. You might see Yang coming in strong for the Democratic spot.
Honestly, he could have a shot.
Because
he's now a CNN reporter.
Yeah.
I was really hesitant on who I was going to vote for early on in the Democratic primary, either Trump or like someone else. But now that the push for Biden, I'm not voting for Joe Biden, who like smells. Have you seen that video? And Joe Biden smelling the back of this girl's hair.
What?
Yeah. It's like he's at like a press conference, and he's smelling the back of this girl's hair, and he whispers like,
"Oh my God!"
You can hear what he's saying. It's something real creepy.
That's Biden. That's not the move.
All of a sudden, Biden's just jumped
Joey, that's not
girl.
cool.
Bernie's been jumping.
Joe Biden.
Lately, he's just gone down, and Biden's just going up.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy because in the beginning, Biden was like everyone was surprised because like this big name Biden wasn't doing much. It was all about like Bernie and like Pete Buttigieg, and then Pete dropped out, and now Biden's on the rise. Like it's after being on such a decline.
I don't think it's really going to matter on the Democratic side, though.
Yeah, I think Trump will win.
I think right now,
Trump. It's so funny. During every Democratic debate, they were always saying like, "How are we going to beat Trump?" That was their number one thing. How are we going to beat Trump? And they had so many like diverse of like candidates, and who did they pick? Joe Biden, the one candidate that like every voter can unanimously agree is like the stereotypical politician. You had people like Andrew Yang, Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, who's still in the race, I guess. But Pete Buttigieg. What I'm saying is like you have like these candidates that could have won, and you pick Joe Biden's winning it all. That Joe Biden's not beating Trump. Mark my words.
No way. Mm-mm. Well, at least from our Midwest point of view, I mean.
Yeah, I guess. I'm pretty moderate when it comes to politics, but I can't see myself voting for Joe Biden.
From being teens in the Midwest, Nebraska
teens from Midwest Nebraska.
I mean, it's just kind of that's how we're kind of raised, being on the Republican side. So I guess that's how we're seeing more of it. But I mean,
oh yeah, but I feel like now we're developing our own opinion from our parents.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because whenever like we're in elementary or middle school, we hear what our parents listen on the news and they repeat it back to us. But now we're kind of We have our phones. We have the news app. We pick what kind of media outlet we choose. We choose what we listen to.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure 3 of us can vote in the next presidential election. So I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of have our own way of saying now stuff anymore.
Actually, I can't vote. I'm actually 4
you're in
days
November,
off.
aren't you? You're in November, aren't you?
I'm 4 days away from voting, but
Roel's like 10 months off.
Yeah, I am a youngin. I'm a youngin.
Me and Ty though, we got
gonna be voting.
that vote. We got those votes.
You
And
voted
honestly,
Trump?
if Donald Trump goes with UBI, it's funny. Yang said if someone adopted his version of UBI, he would endorse that candidate. And Republican Donald Trump is going to be adopting that. That'd be so funny to see just Yang endorsing Trump.
Hey, guys, remember, Donald Trump can still lose the Republican
He
nominee.
can still-
Bill Weld.
Bill Weld.
Bill Weld. You don't know. You don't
My
know.
guy.
I think Bill Weld's got like 1 delegate.
Hey,
You never know.
watch out, folks! Trump's going down.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah.
What's the chance? Like 1 out of 10,000?
I don't think he has a chance anymore. I think he's
there's
lost
literally
too
no
many
chance.
states already.
Now, on the flip side, if Biden and Bernie end up getting corona and Tulsi Gabbard has to step in, I'm voting Tulsi
Honestly,
Gabbard.
if that happens, I could see Tulsi Gabbard stepping in and winning. I really could.
I don't know what they do.
I actually think that's one of the Democratic people that are going out I actually like.
Yeah, because
You like Tulsi?
Which
I
I have
don't know- I don't know
have
any of
very
her
conservative
ideologies.
views. And she actually kind of matches a few of those, but she's like on both
Is she
sides.
moderate?
Yeah, moderate, which I like
good.
because I'm not really that much of an extremist that some people might think. But I don't know.
I don't know what I am. I think I'm mainly moderate. I don't.
I'd like to
have
think I'm
I don't think
moderate.
I'm leaning on one side or the other.
I haven't watched any politics, so I have no idea.
When-
Probably more moderate.
When Colt Dipbender took the what side are you on for the like an online test that we took in government class, Colt Dipbender scored a high 88% Republican.
Ooh, wow.
Republican
That would make sense though.
I was 50-50 on that.
I think I got like 96 for Republican.
Oh my gosh! Are you
I think I was 60% Democrat, 40% Republican.
yeah, that's pretty moderate.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I might be a little extreme.
Yeah,
A little bit?
I think you are as extreme, but you're rational.
I'm not like a Brandon Moore. I'm drinking my beer. But what do you guys think about? Bring back to the coronavirus about giving out money for people. Like people aren't like working,
Let's
so
do it.
they're giving out money.
Why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I guess there's a reason. I mean, but the only thing is, if you're just giving out money, what's it going to be used for?
If
Everything's
we're
closing
in
down.
here for the long run, I'd say yeah.
We could
But the
be like
thing
this
is-
till July.
No one knows when this is gonna end.
Yeah.
I know, but the thing is, like, I think it might ruin the economy too because just
already
imagine.
ruined
What's
the
already
economy.
ruining the economy is
We've
these
had
people
some of the
not
worst-
having like money and jobs.
I know,
They're
but
not-
the thing is, you're handing out money and then no one's working, and what are they gonna spend it on? You're
Well-
basically just handing out fucking toilet paper.
No one has the money to spend it on resources. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Or the bills or taxes.
But who's handing out? And okay, this is my opinion. Instead of handing out money, they should be handing out food like rations and all that.
that's what they're doing.
But
too,
they're going
yeah.
to start running out because all these companies can't start producing more food now because they're going to be shutting down.
I know, but like, if they're already shutting down, then they can't spend money on it anyway. So it's easier just if it's government regulated.
I think I watched something where it's not like that we're running out of supplies. It's just like a problem of supply and demand.
Yeah.
Is that these companies are trying to push out supplies, but like there are people like intense
Hoarding.
like waiting by the grocery store, and the
Uh-huh.
minute they open up, there's just like a sea of people coming in buying stuff. So there is supplies, but it's just like people are just taking it. Like
Yeah,
do you think-
the distribution is the problem.
yeah. I'm just glad. I'm thinking. Like I'm really glad that there is no raiding yet. Like people on the streets like breaking in the stores and
Oh
stealing.
my
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad. I'm kind of glad that like the American citizens are like unified against one problem.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's happened somewhere, but
Uh-huh.
it's not somewhere big.
Yeah.
Do you think people have started going overboard with like buying all this? Because the big thing's toilet paper and like hand
Yes.
sanitizer. Do you think people have gone? Because I think it's
What-
gone
what
crazy
about it?
overboard.
Yes.
There are definitely
For
people
sure.
who are buying like vests, guns.
Like
yeah,
I
going full
saw
thing.
a video of an old lady getting in a fight with a younger lady over one roll of toilet paper.
What? Just a single roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they sell. That's how
What?
they sell them in stores.
One thing I wish my family did was like make our house self-sustainable, like have a whole solar panel, like solar panels on the roof and
Well,
being nice. More prepared.
I mean, what happens if it rains, though?
Right. Well, actually, my old house where I used to live in, it was actually geothermal.
Really?
That's
geothermal is sick.
It is, but it's super expensive to have.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But bringing back to like the toilet paper issue, like I was almost super PO'd about the toilet paper issue because I was like, at my house, we almost ran out of toilet paper, and I was like looking around. I was so close of using paper towels as toilet paper. I was so close. I almost grabbed my Bounty roll next to like the kitchen sink to go to the bathroom and use it.
If you live in Japan, you don't even need toilet paper because they just have water that shoots up your ass.
They have the bidets. Yeah.
The toilet just...
Is it called bidet or bidet?
It's a bidet.
Yeah.
Those are OP. You can buy them now here in the United States like an attachment. Like
I know. Yeah, you could like unscrew the lid and you could put it on. And you have to hook it up to your water system.
I heard those babies have hella pressure though.
I heard they do too. I would
like they go in.
It's doing like a video. It just shoots up and hits the ceiling of someone's bathroom.
That goes in. I mean, it cleans you out. It cleans you out though.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, does it actually clean you? Like,
yeah.
It's spraying high pressure water jets into your anus.
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like
it's gonna get you more clean than
it
toilet paper.
It does a better job than us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a little elbow grease does a little better. You know, like put it in the work.
If you're really that concerned, I guess you could like just check.
I mean, yeah, like do the squirt and then kind of like wipe off the water and do an extra check with the toilet paper.
They probably have toilets like that. No, they don't.
I mean,
not at Norris.
It's just too. Bidets are just too scary.
Yeah.
Norris is the rich kid school, but their bathrooms are crap.
They don't even have a door on them.
No.
That's a real problem in America.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, let's take a little break here, guys. We need to talk about our sponsor.
What is going on, podcast listeners? It's your past Beatrice alumni, Grant Meyer here, giving you some exclusive looks into the Roeland brand. If you go on to their Instagram on the Roeland channel and go down to the description, teespring.com/Roeland, you can look at the new and improved Roeland tapestry. If you don't know what tapestry is, it's basically a giant flag that looks like a big rug. Hang it up on your wall. Great accessory for the house or your basement. Looks great in the man cave near the PS4 and the Xbox. Yeah, I gotta say, my experience with Roeland brand has been quite incredible. I got one of their t-shirts. It was the Captain Roeland t-shirt, long sleeve, and it feels really comfortable. I wear it almost every day. It's very comfortable. I wear it almost every day, and I just gotta say, God bless, and I'm very thankful for the experience I've had with Roeland.
All right, thank you for talking today, Grant Meyer.
2 months ago or so, Roel and I were sitting in American government watching CNN 10 with Carl Zeus. Carl Zeus was telling about how there was this Wuhan virus, as it was known, in Wuhan, China. And Roel and I, we look at each other and we're just making jokes, cracking jokes, like, never gonna affect us.
Yeah,
never gonna affect us.
I really remember us saying that.
And we took it. We didn't take it seriously. One of my hashtags was the CorOHNOvirus, and it was still in China at the time. And then it spread to Europe, and then California, and then it just slowly closed into Nebraska, and now we're here, locked down in Max Meyer's bunker, and we're reminiscing on the junior year from quarter 1 to quarter 3, potentially the last quarter of our junior year.
Yeah,
before we are seniors.
Before we are seniors, we're the class of the apocalypse, baby.
Oh yeah,
you bet.
That's crazy.
And it's really affecting us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because the seniors are, maybe they're missing out on the graduation. It might be a little delayed, but
last sports season, whatever.
Yeah, but
well, like they don't have anything going on anymore.
Yeah,
they really don't.
They don't. Sports, and now it's us, and we're like over here.
We're gonna be the class we're kind of like the guinea pigs. We're gonna be in schools after everything's said and done.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, okay, let's try this, and maybe this will get them back into the flow, or if it doesn't, we could try this.
Who knows what's gonna happen? Maybe like after online classes is done with, like the teachers and the whole like country likes the idea of online classes and how the schedule
done with
out.
Public schooling.
Who knows? Who knows? Really?
Go back to being the Amish, no schooling. Turning out.
I bet the Amish don't even know what's happening with coronavirus.
They're probably just chilling.
They're gonna get flu. I mean, they all die of the flu anyway. Still,
yeah.
They're not vaccinated.
I want to be Amish. Do you remember whenever I was growing in those sideburns?
Yeah, you looked cute.
I was
You
pretty
looked
cute.
so cute.
I didn't notice until like that snowball picture.
Oh
It was
yeah,
bad.
they were
They were
long.
long.
Yeah.
Cody Tolan still has better.
Oh, yeah,
sideburns.
Cody
Oh my
Tolan.
gosh, Cody
His was
Tolan
long.
has the longest sideburns.
I haven't seen
I've
it.
ever
It
seen.
actually looks like comic book Wolverine.
Oh my
It does
God.
actually. I'm pretty sure he cut it that way.
I was just waiting in trigonometry for him to just fling, like how these like Wolverine claws in class. Hit the table.
So, like-
Shout out to Cody Tolan.
Shout
Shout out to
Yeah.
Cody Tolan.
Should we look back on our highlights and lowlights?
Highlights of the year. Yeah.
Let's start.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
start with first quarter. Throw back to August of 2019.
Mm.
First
Um,
quarter.
We had the recreation of the choir picture of me,
Us
Ty,
three and Colton
Max,
Dickey.
and Colton Dakey.
3 years.
All on the Roeland
And,
Insta.
and it slowly progressed, which is crazy.
Yeah.
The first one, it was Colton and Max only in choir,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then me and Ty were in our everyday wear because we were spectating.
And also,
Next year-
Ty Young also had long hair.
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
long
time.
hair
yeah,
Ty.
long hair.
Throw it back. Senior year, throw it
I'm
back.
coming back.
Then the next year it was Ty, Max, and
Yep.
Colton in the concert black, and just me in my everyday wear.
No, you had concert black on under it because you were in jazz band at the time. Or no, you didn't actually.
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
Because they didn't play at
Yeah,
that
they
concert.
didn't
did
play
they?
at that concert, so it
Yeah.
was just me in my wear. And then now, this year, we're all
all-
in concert black.
Which kind of scares me because like, what's next?
Yeah,
Are one of us gonna
what
die?
what progress are we gonna make next?
Oh shoot,
Maybe one of us will drop out of choir.
Colton.
Oh,
One of us doesn't make
I don't know.
choir senior year.
I can see Caden dropping out, to be honest.
Caden,
100%.
he wasn't in the picture.
We're
I know,
just
but,
talking about
oh,
a picture.
just in the. I thought you
Yeah.
meant in general.
No.
In the picture, dropping out.
Yeah. Well,
I had to solo that concert.
Yeah,
that
you
was
did.
sick.
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
I
It was
remember
good.
that, dude. That was you nailed that solo
You did.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
back in the fall days, me and Roel were on the tennis courts, having fun. Even like before that, we played like all summer.
Mhm.
Getting out. Hunter was getting ready
Yeah.
for football.
Football season.
Promising
started up.
year, but
Mhm.
you know it wasn't as bad as you guys thought.
Mm-mm.
Nothing really happened for me in terms of first quarter.
Did you have any theater shows?
That's
going
second
on?
quarter.
That's second.
Yeah, with
The Christmas.
greetings.
Oh, God.
I returned to community players my second quarter.
Yeah.
I took a hiatus sophomore year because it's really a lot. You're spending every day at the theater besides weekends from 7 to 10. And I remember this moment in particular when the day after the performance, day after my rehearsal, we had to go to the CHI Center in Omaha and wake
show choir.
up at like 4:03, something like
3
that.
o'clock.
Mhm.
And I asked my director, "Hey, can I please get out early so I can rest?" And she's like, "Yeah, we'll see, Ty." It's 9:59. You're like, "Okay, sorry, Ty. I know this is only a minute early, but I'm sorry." It's like, "Yeah, it's okay." And I go out.
Did you even go and sleep?
No, I slept.
That is, I will say, people clown on theater, but out of all the
It's the
activities,
grind.
I think it might actually take the most dedication.
It's a lot of dedication. I mean, you're spending a lot of time at home memorizing those lines.
Yeah.
And then you have tech week and then the performances. There was a day we had like a double header, and I stayed at the theater from like 8 o'clock to like 9 p.m. because we had a performance at 12 and then a performance at 7 at night. And we ate lunch at Playa, and then returned to the theater. And I would have to eat a cake every performance. So I had to get the appetite. I was eating like a Beatrice burrito and eat a cake.
You had to
on
eat a
stage.
cake?
I had to eat a piece of cake. Not a whole cake, but a piece of cake.
Just a whole
Just
cake.
a whole cake.
That's crazy.
But no, I love theater and I love community players in particular. Shout out.
Mhm.
That's why I try to give back to that place because I think it's built me as a character. Theater in general, it gets clowned on a lot. Theater might, whether that be people that are involved in it or maybe it's not really given. Maybe because it's tarnished of its reputation, but really theater is just public speaking. Just with lines. If you like skits, if you like doing TikToks and videos, you love theater because it's the same thing. You're someone else. That's something I love about theater is you're empathizing. It uses a lot of empathy. You're putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
That's why Ty's getting addicted to TikTok.
It's just virtual theater. No, but I think that's built me as a character because I play as like evil villains. Like I played as Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
You played Scar, didn't
Played
you?
Scar.
Yeah.
I played as a mentally handicapped character. So it takes a lot of.
Is that the antagonist?
No, I'm saying characters that take a different.
Did you really have to play that character?
Yeah, I had to act.
He actually did.
Wait,
I
you
watched
were
that
you were
show.
mentally
Mentally
you were
ill.
acting?
Whoa! That's why I was asking. It's like, did you really have to act?
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy theater for those reasons.
The other main thing from first quarter was Roel.
Oh no, something did happen to me first quarter. Sorry. Adam's family. Adam's
Yeah,
family.
that's what I was gonna say.
I was gonna throw in marching band.
I was gonna say that
It's so weird.
you had to do Adam's Family.
Adam's Family. Oh,
before
God.
finish.
man.
Like, it was essentially back to back.
That was a big grind
That is
too.
crazy.
Adam's family.
Yeah,
was
you
a
were a
grind.
lead. I forgot you were a lead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played as Mal Beinecke, and it's awkward when you're in a show like Mal, like in Adam's Family, and you say your role is Mal Beinecke, and people are expecting you to say like or like Fester or Gomez, and you say your name's Mal Beinecke, and they kind of like scrunch up their eyebrows, and then you have to explain, oh, I'm part of the normal family, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah,
Oh,
come
yeah,
see it,
yeah,
come
Mal,
see how they work out.
Yeah, Mal.
Mal.
Yeah, I think I know him.
That role was really fun.
You killed that one.
You
Thank
killed
you, thank you,
killed
You
thank
fit
you,
that
thank
part.
You, thank you
Oh,
very
yeah.
much, thank you. Really, I love performance just because I get comments like that all the time. People tell me, like when I was playing as a mentally handicapped character, people told me like they work at BSDC and they say they saw so many similarities between me and like one of their other like patients, and that really touches me to know that I can act and perform in a way that's not narcissistic, that's not just self-fulfilling. I actually like impact.
Saying that you play a mentally disabled kid in a theater show does not sound good on paper.
No.
It was
That took
definitely
some work.
it was definitely
you.
done in really good taste.
Thank you. No, it was
So,
well, that was my biggest struggle with that character because I didn't want to be like offensive, like a Three Stooges character.
Like you're hating on handicapped
Yeah,
people.
because the point of the character was not to be funny. In
No,
a way
no,
that
by
it's
no-
offensive.
I think it got that.
It was a genuine like.
And I also incorporated like early on when I was playing this character, I was thinking about how verbal abuse can affect like children. And there's a scene where they're in a dinner and the parents are yelling at each other at the dinner table. And originally I played this character like he didn't understand it, but they're smarter than like mentally handicapped people are a lot smarter than people like to give them credit for it. So I would cower when they would yell. I would like act different. I would have tics. It was pretty like emotional and different. It really made me stretch my brain in that way.
Yeah, because even if they're handicapped, they can still feel emotion. They're still people.
It really bums me out. Although it's funny, sometimes like Gene, for example, although like, it's funny the stuff he does in band, it is kind of sad to see like people clown on him.
Yeah.
Like Austin Reitzman too.
Austin Reitzman. Yeah.
Austin
Seeing,
Reitzman's
like,
a bigger one.
These circles of people surrounding
people.
Yeah.
the person and just like clowning on
Making
him.
fun of them.
It's kind of like
But the thing
Even
is,
like
Yeah.
they're like even the administrators don't get it. I don't know if they like don't understand the magnitude of it or like the subtlety of it.
mhm.
or they
but
just
even
don't want to
like-
get involved.
Right, but even having the person on announcements and poking fun of them that way, that's pretty messed up.
When I heard that, I was like,
dare I say,
that's a little
it was
distasteful.
It was fucked up. There's
Oh.
my
There's your F bomb.
There's your
my
first
Bob.
F-bomb.
Is it just Max and Hunter who have
Yep.
their two?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
No,
I-
Hunter.
one.
Hunter's
I have
used
mine
one.
too.
He's
I have
used
mine
one.
too.
He's used one.
And I get like if some people will probably say, "Oh, it's all for good fun." I mean, is Gene aware of that?
Mhm.
I feel like in order for something to be in good fun, both people have to mutually understand that.
Mhm.
And I remember it was first quarter during football, and Gene cut in front of Bayless.
Oh no.
And
Layden?
Bayless, and he's like, "Hey, can you move?" And Gene's like, "Nah." And Bayless, he just picked him up and like
What?
fully picked up Gene and moved him to the back, and he's just squirming and screaming, and it was
Wow.
I think maybe one problem that our like society has like a problem with is that we like to pretend everyone is normal, everyone is like us, but when like someone has a different mindset like Gene, you gotta like train them for the real world,
Mhm.
how they would, and not just like how you would train Roel or Max, me, Hunter for the real world. And they've kind of tried it. We've kind of tried it. We give them like mentally handicapped people jobs in the school, but you're still exposing them in that environment where they get made fun of. And I just wish that was something that was done different.
Oh
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It is kind of like you get into like the morality of the situation, like all these people trying to defend, saying, no, they can enjoy the same stuff we can bring them to all these events. I see this person in a little wheelchair who cannot
I know what
move.
you're talking about. Yeah.
He cannot move, and he makes random outbursts of noises.
Yeah.
It's like bringing that kid to like Disneyland. It's like he can't go on any of the rides. Yeah, he might like the fireworks, but he's not fully enjoying it.
And I'm not even sure like what he can what he can even see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what he sees
If
and
he
what
can
he
see.
thinks of it.
If you even can see it.
We don't know his comprehension.
And they bring him to these concerts. Some of these like people have very sensitive ears.
Yeah.
Hard.
And they'll start covering their ears.
Yeah.
Don't bring them to the they're not like normal people who can enjoy concerts.
And some people would say, "Well, I can't believe you're saying they're not normal," and like that's so offensive. But really, I mean, you can't. Like I said, you can't raise them in the same environment for anyone else. There needs to be something that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess like now that's not really the main focus.
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
All right, so that's first quarter. Jump on
first semester.
Let's jump on second quarter.
Okay. Was there anything else that happened second quarter?
I don't think second quarter is kind of because what happens? Fall sports and winter sports start.
Oh,
none of us are in winter.
I would like to mention. I don't know how appropriate it is. During my time for Adam's family, I'm not gonna lie. I was the outcast of that group. And no, I'm serious. Like I didn't hang out with those people.
Yeah, I had to stay after one of the practices because Ty was giving me a ride home, and seeing him in this
just
group of people.
I did not fit in with him.
He was on the very end of a row, while everyone else was just like in the like groups, like Matt, Holly, Hannah, Dawson Holmes, Dawson Sadoff. They were like one group, and then like Emily Underliner. Ian
That's
Shaley,
one of the things I didn't like about that is I didn't click with.
You just got outcasted.
I just did my job. I was an actor. I was doing my job, performing. It is what it is.
It is what
it is. And there was like, I don't know, like how much I want to say. Apparently there was like drama with the people in the cast. I didn't even know. I was just vibing. I was just doing my job. But that's not appropriate.
That's the next time. That's the next journal entry.
Another thing that happened in the first quarter was marching band.
That's
drum major Roel.
Yeah,
the demise
of drum majors.
And the fact that a lot of us weren't in band for the first time in a long time.
A lot of people got cut. Max Meyer, Colt, Connor Kelly.
Did we get cut?
No. I'm just saying cut in like, you know.
It's not that I don't like band, and I respect band because you guys put in a lot of work.
Yeah. It's just we don't like Johnson.
Shouldn't say that.
I'm joking.
This is a reminder to. Okay.
I actually love Johnson. Johnson is actually one of my favorite teachers.
I can't handle like for marching band. I can't handle those early mornings when I'm at like for practice. For tennis, we didn't get over some nights till 8:00.
Yeah.
I wasn't willing to wake up at 6:00 to go to 7 a.m. band. Pretty much sweat my literal butt off until 9:00. Go to school, and then right when I'm done, go to practice.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
That's why I respect people that do it for the grind.
I felt really bad for Lexi and Whitney, who were drum majors for 2 years. They put in a lot of work. And then I was the only drum major that got cheered on for. Like, I kind of felt bad.
It's the respect.
I felt really bad.
I mean,
I was like the people's champion.
Yeah. You're like the Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You were chill, the only guy, an Asian guy. You were the minority. People generally like the minority.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of like the underdog.
Yeah, I was essentially the underdog.
No one thought you were going to get drum major.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't even think I heard you audition and I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah. Like this one goober after 1 year of band.
It's not that, like, I didn't doubt you. I just, like, I forgot.
I forgot.
I mean,
I think Connor was like later.
I mean, anytime anyone goes against, the only thing I doubted was if you would get picked because, like, no guy was ever picked before in my lifetime.
There's only been one other guy.
Yeah, right. Tanner Bosing.
But anytime someone goes against the odds and surprises people, it hits hard. I love it.
I'm the second guy in 10 years.
Brings me back to my freshman.
It's been a long time since guys have been like a powerhouse in band. That's what I'll say.
Now I hope next year we can make it Omni, guys.
And then you made it to the limited edition too.
Yeah,
that's
that was
like
crazy.
Yep, brought me back.
I think first quarter was definitely my peak.
Yep.
I'd say.
I just say honestly, second quarter, not much happened. It's kind of a bland quarter. Second quarter.
Junior year for me has kind of been my favorite year has been sophomore year.
Oh, definitely,
without a doubt.
Oh yeah, sophomore year was pretty lit.
It was fun.
Junior year was kind of like it's been a.
I hope next year. I hope the only thing I hope with all this Corona thing, we don't have to start off our year online schooling.
Oh,
no. I hope. I don't think it'll go.
They say that this could not peak until June or July. If this doesn't peak till June or July, we're going to be in online schooling.
But we're still having the 4th of July party at my house.
You bet we are. You bet we are.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Social distance. I saw on Twitter, like there are people in Florida at beaches, 100 people.
Yeah.
What? We're in a way still doing like the social distancing. In this household, there's only 8 people here, so we're still like following the guidelines.
Repping the Meyer family.
Oh yeah.
But if you're like in groups of 100, shame on you.
Sucks to
really. Come on.
I hope you get Corona. No, okay, not that.
Not that. I mean, but you get what you deserve.
Exactly.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
You pick your poison. Third quarter.
Third quarter was
kind of a.
I feel like third quarter is always kind of like just a.
It was like
I was ready for third quarter to be that filler quarter.
I think the big highlight for third quarter for most of us was show choir.
Yeah, 100%.
Show choir. I love show choir. We put on a lot of stuff, and we did some good things this year.
Finally made it to limited.
Hunter made it to limited.
Oh, yeah,
great job.
Yeah.
I know. Last year I was in first edition.
Yeah.
Dukes, please. Dukes, yeah. And I'm so sad because I would actually not hate it if I was in first edition again because first edition. Kind of bombing this year,
Actually, they weren't bad this
really
year.
good.
Yeah. First edition.
They were
great.
so good.
Oh yeah,
stacked.
And with this, especially with like Nolan Marlette, Trey Bear,
Brianna Bloom, McKenna Bloom,
Ashton Barber,
like they had a god squad.
Jaden Guernsey Bagwell.
Oh yeah, Baggy.
Nah, sorry.
Oh shit.
Roel just shitting on him. Okay.
I mean.
Well,
we all have our
sports. That was the thing.
I feel so bad for Dave.
Yeah, that hits hard.
Okay, just imagine this new teacher comes in. He's like, "All right, we're gonna have you coach this new soccer team." He's like, "All right, you teach science, right? Yeah. We're gonna have you teach physics. Oh well, I've never taught physics, so I guess I'm gonna learn on the fly." Throughout like now his teaching career, he figured out like another teacher won't be rehired again, and now he was telling all these kids about these new classes, and now they're not offering all these classes, and even the classes that they used to have, like AP Chem, because some of us, like me, wanted to take that class.
Is AP Chem actually getting scrapped?
Is it getting cut?
It is AP and Chem.
What?
Oh my god!
I wanted to take AP.
Yeah,
I know. And then now just imagine he's like, well, the schooling fucked me over, but might as well keep going. And
soccer.
And then he's like, at least I have soccer to still do because this man absolutely loves soccer.
That's his passion. It's his passion.
It's his complete passion. And then now they're like, oh yeah, coronavirus, spring sports, let's keep it off till the 1st of April. And we all know that they're gonna extend it.
Yeah. Omaha Public Schools is pretty much done through the end of the school year.
Omaha's done. Lincoln's done.
Literally,
is Lincoln done officially?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they're. I think they're just done through April 1st.
I thought I heard that they're closed indefinitely.
And now this man is going through such a depression. He's going on his Instagram story and putting stuff like building a bed.
He's going to be a hermit. He's actually fulfilling his hermit life.
He is.
I want a vlog of Dave, like 30-minute clips a week of Dave Henning out farming.
That's sick. That's sick.
I want that lifestyle so bad.
Yeah.
I want to retire at the age of 60, own a giant acre with a vineyard, and just like make wine and sell it.
Oh, that would actually be really nice.
Alcohol tie coming out.
No. The idea of owning a vineyard really appeals to me.
That sounds fun.
That's on my bucket list. Picking up fruits on the vineyard with my kids and my Dalmatian dog. Then
the white Dalmatian.
Yep. Come in, see my wife, kiss her on the cheek, bring in the fruit. It sounds like the life.
It does. It does sound pretty nice.
Sounds kind of like the American dream.
It's the American dream.
The
that's
Italian
a reoccurring thing. The American dream's been a reoccurring thing, honestly, throughout everything that we've done in this whole school year.
Yeah, because we're always taught the American dream.
Like in Great Gatsby.
It's a plug. It's a plug. But we've always learned it's like, oh yeah, you always have to buy a house. You always have to And if you need to buy or get a mortgage, a mortgage ain't that bad.
You know what I think is dumb?
What do you think
Property
is dumb?
tax.
Property
if you
tax?
own something, you should be taxed on it.
Yeah, it's yours, and
That's really dumb.
you paid for that piece of land. You paid for your own little piece
You
of
have to
land.
pay for more.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is your landlord is now the government.
Yeah. That's just crazy because like I've always thought about just renting out. Renting isn't a bad option. You don't have to own it because you could get renter's insurance and all that, and it's better than what you can really do. And I don't know. Yeah, maybe down the line it would be cheaper to buy a house, but really, if you're like younger and moving around
I gotta
from job
say,
to job,
if you have the money to own a house, go ahead. But like, if you're trying to make ends meet, don't.
yeah, it's not worth it getting out a loan or a mortgage
Right.
and just.
My parents have taught me never to get a loan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to be in debt.
Because if you don't have the money, you'll never have the money.
My dad, when he went to college, he told me he lived in this shitty apartment with like rats and spiders and shit, and he ate like he was super skinny and he didn't eat too many meals. Like he actually lived off like ramen and like meals
classic college lifestyle.
Yeah,
stereotypical
like,
stuff.
meals that cost like less than $1. And my dad makes fun of me when I like get these nice clothes. He says like, Ty, you're not gonna be able to go to college because back in my day I didn't buy fancy clothes. I wore the same clothes. I lived in a shitty apartment. I walked to school, stuff like that. And I really look up to my dad. He really does. He's really worked his way. He was gonna be like he didn't even want to go to college. He wanted to work on the railroad, and then his grandfather was like, "Nah, you're not gonna get a job." Like he didn't even help him get a job as a railroad engineer. And then he was sent to Kansas, and he got his degree there. Both of my parents.
He can make a biography about it.
Yeah. He's had some fun experiences down in Kansas.
So something finally good came out of Kansas.
Not Hunter.
Not me.
The basketball team. Come on.
So you don't see yourself following in your dad's footsteps and going to
I'm
Kansas?
not getting a PhD.
Do you not see yourself like going to Kansas?
I'm not going to Kansas, probably not.
Are you going to stay in Georgia?
Am I going to...
You can go to Georgia, you think?
The thing is, I'm going... See, I in my head, my life is so like mapped out for me. And I believe there are like signs in life, really. And when my mom moved to Georgia in middle school, I didn't understand it. I really struggled with that. I talked to as a kid or middle schooler, I always thought, maybe if I was a better son, maybe my mom would stay. Maybe if I was more talented, shit like that, my mom would stay. And so when she moved, I really I was angry. I was sad. I'd cry. I'd scream at my mom not being there, punch my pillow. But now I get older, I realize that I'm glad that my mom saw the opportunity and took it. And I learned that in Georgia, a lot of film and opportunities open there. Like the Avengers films were shot there. Spider-Man was shot there. There's a bunch of movies that get shot there because those companies get tax benefits, and also the weather is amazing. So if I can chip into the film business of Georgia, I'm doing something that I like. I'm not just a wage slave for the rest of my life. If I can move there, get a lot of money, that'd be great. But who's to say what will happen in a year?
Who knows what we're at in a year?
Who knows?
This thing could not go away. We could be doing this.
I will say, UNO is not totally a no. If I'm being serious, I joke about going to UNK in Iowa, but UNO is definitely an option I would seek if something were to happen.
Oh yeah, that's a good campus too. I really
like
like
UNO is really nice. Mm-hmm. It's just Nebraska is not a film state, and so if I can move to Georgia, and I'm not going to get a PhD there. I'm not following my family's footsteps in that. I'm gonna try and pave my own legacy. I'm gonna try and own a film media center, and we'll see from there.
Yeah, I do not have my life mapped out as structured as yours. A lifestyle that really sounds appealing to me that I would never do though is what our physics teacher Dave Henning, the same as the soccer coach, explained. Where stay single and just go on the road, do odd jobs to make money, and then just live on the road. And just do whatever you want.
Yeah,
that sounds crazy.
I'd want to own a Cybertruck and just travel cross country.
Take an RV around.
That I low key want to do that though. That sounds nice. You can always pick up odd jobs,
Yeah.
There's always someone hiring. there's like, and as long as you are fine with doing those odd jobs, because you can't be picky with that when you're on the road like that. You have to pick up what you can get. But I think it's worth it just being able to travel, seeing everything.
And literally do anything you want. You could be chilling in Nebraska, and then the next day you're like, I kind of want to go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just turn on the car and go.
But I do believe at some point you need to settle down.
Yeah.
Like at some point you need to plant roots and.
I feel like eventually it would get very tiring.
Vineyard, baby.
This is
Plant
gonna
the
be
roots for the vineyard.
This is gonna be a very obscure reference, but in Infinity War, where Thanos like sits down on his farm after killing like half the population, that's a really peaceful scene in my opinion.
Yeah.
I want to be like Thanos, sitting on his farm and resting.
Oh yeah.
Dude, oh my god.
You get your head cut off.
He just wanted to farm, and then he gets raided.
Yeah.
Who were the bad guys? Who were the bad guys?
I know,
Come
because
on.
they walked in and they're like, where are the stones? And he's like, oh yeah, you mean the thing that basically kills you? Yeah, I destroyed them. And they're like, oh, so you're helpless? Let's kill him. That's legit what happened.
Hunter and Max, do you guys have your life as structured?
I think mine's planned out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, basically, unless I somehow turn into a tennis god and go D1 and play tennis somewhere, I'm probably signing my letter of commitment to UNL.
Yeah, you want to be a teacher.
I want to be a high school teacher. I want to go into coaching because it's just fun.
I can see Max.
I love
what sport would you coach?
Anything. I'd love to coach 3 sports a year. I want to do spring, fall, and winter sports. It'd be fun.
Dope.
That would actually
I could be a tennis coach in the fall. I could help coach. I could be like an assistant basketball coach in the winter, and in the spring I could help coach soccer.
I mean, everyone in your family is a teacher except for Grant Meyer.
Yeah, he's a.
No, our sponsor.
But Grant's gonna make money, dude. Grant's gonna.
Yeah, he's an engineer.
He's gonna be an engineer.
Yeah.
That's a job that will never go out of.
Honestly, I would not be surprised if Grant ran into Elon Musk one day because he's going into aerospace engineering.
Really?
Oh,
Aerospace
wow.
engineering.
Yeah.
That's ballsy. That's sick.
I researched Elon Musk for my paper, and if that paper taught me anything, it's that you gotta be batshit crazy in order to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
That man does not. He had a choice to sacrifice like Tesla or SpaceX.
He got lucky.
Let me even
Honestly,
go
he got
before
lucky.
that. The guy, as a kid, he read all the time. He would always read. He taught himself coding. He made his own video game and sold it for like $500. And then when he went to college, he dropped out of Stanford, made PayPal, sold it for millions of dollars. And then with all this money he got, he was like, I want to make rockets. And he knew nothing about rockets. But he went to Russia, talked about buying a rocket. They didn't give him the offer he wanted. And so what does he do? He has an out-of-the-box thinking. And he makes his own rockets. The madman makes his own rockets. He starts up SpaceX, gets the materials to build rockets for cheaper. And then he taught himself aerospace engineering. And now here he is today. Elon Musk has 2 great companies, Tesla and SpaceX. And they're both very successful. And that's because Elon Musk has great resilience. There are certain traits really successful entrepreneurs possess, and resilience is definitely one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be crazy. I realize that an average person a mentally stable person cannot be successful. You have to be crazy. You have to be beaten up more times than you've been helped up when you're an entrepreneur. You'll be told no many times, and you have to just think out of the box. I really aspire to be like that. And, early on, sophomore, freshman year, I was really ambitious about Roeland brand. I really wanted to push the sales of that and make something big. I try to, make my presence known.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
We got 1 more year.
We got 1 more year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we think 1 more.
But
could go on more. Honestly, we could keep it going.
Oh yeah.
I'm proud of what we have.
Yeah. Hunter, what's your life looking like?
To be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm straight up committed to Midland.
You might as well, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you have a scholarship essentially guaranteed for you?
Well, Coach Gerber was gonna come scout me. The head coach of Midland for track was gonna come over and watch my season this year for track, and he was gonna come to I think it was my second meet, not the first one, but the second one, and I was actually really excited for that because he looked up what I did last year, and he was really happy what I did last year. Mm-hmm. And I got to actually have dinner with him in Fremont, and I was so happy with that. And now, the basically track season's over and traveling's basically over. So I guess he basically just said, hopefully I get to see you next year or something like that. And I'm like,
that blows.
That kind of like I was so heartbroken and I was like in a bad place. Like I wanted to cry that day because I was just so sad about that. But I don't know. I'm not like always just straight on focused with Midland. Like if I do get a better offer from like UNK and all that, UNL, maybe be like what is it, South Dakota State University, be a Jackrabbit, you know? Like I love their campus. It's so nice. But I guess Midland is also a really nice campus too. Like
I've never been to Midland.
It's really nice.
I've never been up there.
It's like a private school and it's a Lutheran school. Yeah, it's private and Lutheran, which is crazy. And one of your classes have to be religious study. Which I feel like
you'd fail that class.
I know, but I feel like I really need that, right? Like in my life because I guess God has been kind of out of my view lately. Like I haven't really been going to church and
with how Corona's going, honestly, I've kind of just forgotten.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say like I straight up believe, but like what I kind of do is I believe that there's something bigger than us out there, and basically be a nice person. Don't be a complete dickhead, and be nice to others. Make sure you put your mark in the world, and make sure it's a good one that's gonna be nice and long lasting, and you'll go somewhere nice.
Roel and I were talking about that in the car, like one time, about how people like. There's a lot of like Christians, and this is coming from a Christian Lutheran Christian, whatever. I just noticed that like a lot of people that have their noses stuck in the books, super strict Christians, they can recite every Bible like passage, but they don't really practice it. Like I see some like of these diehard Christians be very passive aggressive or very like rude to people, and they have like they'll like conglomerate with their other strict Christians, and they'll make fun of like people they believe are lesser, super arrogant, or be very what's the word? Just like just in general, I feel like a lot of those strict Christians don't like practice what they preach, and that really frustrates me about religion. Yeah. Is that one of the basic fundamental things about religion is love one another, love your enemy, spread joy, and that's rarely ever done. What really frustrates me about like I'm just gonna throw it out there, like it doesn't matter what you are, if you're gay or if you're a person of a different religion, just respect the person. Like they're a human being. I mean, you may fundamentally disagree with their opinion, but it doesn't mean you have to like treat them any lesser.
One of my things about religion, and I've also told this in the same conversation, is that it's important to believe in God in a religion, but I feel like religion's main purpose isn't necessarily to praise God, but to be just a nice person. Yeah. And I feel like that's what God really desires. You can believe in God, you can be praising God like the most, but it doesn't matter if you're just kind of a dickhead.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I think God's main intention in his religion was for people to love one another.
Yeah. Equally.
We're his, sons and daughters of God.
And you see that spread across all religions too. It's just be nice to one another. There might be like a few little things like, hey, don't eat pork, or don't eat pork. Yeah. But
if you eat pork during this time, you're going to hell.
I know. There's a few things like that, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's basically be nice to a person. You never see a religion that says, hey, every once in a while, go put dog shit in a bag to your neighbor's house. No, it's just be nice to one another.
Yeah.
People are sooner to give up pork than like being nice to someone. That's funny. That's actually
because it's like, I won't eat pork just because of my God, but my neighbor, no, he's a dickhead.
That's what I'm saying. People will like spend 50% of their wages for church. They'll give up pork or sacrifice something for their religion. They do all this stuff. And these same people are so uptight and arrogant, narcissistic, and patronizing, frankly.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know.
It really does like grind my gears.
Yeah. You know who doesn't do that? You know, Colt
Dipbrenner.
He's an
for
ideal
sure.
Christian.
He is.
He's a strong believer in God, and then he's just a
He treats
genuine
everyone
nice
nice
person.
at school. He treats everyone
Like,
nice at school.
He treats everyone equally too. Like
Yeah,
If he doesn't like you, at least he does it in private.
yeah.
I've never seen him just like overly be
A dick.
biased
Yeah.
to specific people and then be mean. to
Yeah,
other
you might
people,
seem like maybe a little cringe in his face whenever he doesn't like hear something he doesn't like, but then that passes over, and then he kind of goes off that subject, or like not like completely off of it, but like adding to it
Yes.
to his like own point. But he's not like pushing anything. He's not doing anything, or he might be changing the subject because maybe it's not something he's comfortable with. But it's just he won't just straight off like put you off and saying, "Oh no, you don't think that," or something like that.
Yeah.
He's straight up just a good person.
Colt is the ideal
Christian.
ideal Christian.
Ideal Christian.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a hot take either. That's just facts.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Colt
Shout out
Dipbrenner.
to Colt
Dipbrenner,
Dipbrenner.
Cody Toland.
Grant Meyer.
Grandma.
All the important
But
Roelanders.
besides Colt, who others at Beatrice High School are really ideal Christians?
Honestly, Anna idea.
Anna, I was just thinking that.
Anna's a
Anna
very
ideas.
nice person as well.
She's a hard ass worker.
She
Yeah.
is.
She's
hard.
been grinding since elementary.
Oh my gosh, dude, she grinds so hard in school. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
It is.
Shout out to Anna.
Shout out
But
to
I heard she's
Anna.
gonna be like a vet in Africa or something.
Really,
Yeah.
South Africa.
She's gonna
I
help
think.
people out.
Mhm.
I think I remember her talking about going to South Africa.
Pretty sure South Africa is the only place where there's more white people than black
Yes.
people.
Oh yeah, there is 100%. My uncle used to date a girl from South Africa.
Really?
hmm And
That's
yeah,
right.
it's majority white people, which I never really knew that. I learned that fact
I
whenever we
only
started dating
learned
her.
it like a few years ago, and I was like,
I found out because like the Musks came from South Africa.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like she's been grinding like since the beginning of high school, I think. Because
In elementary, yeah, I went to elementary school with her. She was grinding since then. Yeah.
she was grinding in element.
Yeah.
What can you do? Color inside the lines better?
She's going to Texas A&M.
yeah, that's
Wow.
crazy.
That's a
Like,
big
has she
voice.
already like gotten?
Accepted? She's gone visits there. I'm sure
Really?
she's gonna get accepted.
She could probably get accepted. I mean, she's doing so much. She's doing 2 math classes. Is she doing 2 science classes?
yeah, she's doing two. She's like-
That's
Zoology
insane.
and physics, right?
That's
Yeah.
insane.
and I thought she was also taking special topics. Well, she already did.
She did
She
last
last
year.
Oh, yeah,
with
last year.
Dr.
Yeah.
Christian.
Uh-huh. She's she's crazy.
I've heard special topics this year is a joke.
It is. It's basically 100
Like,
with Dave.
Too late now.
It's yeah. Well, we're still having special topics. I'm pretty sure, don't we?
I would never take special topics. It's such a hard class.
It is because you have to come up with your own
Basically,
experiment.
I'm not very hands-on.
it's a
I'm
project
not.
throughout the whole year. You're definitely gonna procrastinate until like.
Yeah,
last
I feel
quarter.
bad because like the school is giving you money to do this, and if you
They fund you.
and if you butcher,
Wow.
No, not entirely.
well, not entirely,
Grant
but
took it and he had to buy everything himself.
I remember Carter and Indigo got funded. A chance, they got funded at least a little bit.
Really?
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure.
think Grant got funded at all.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can like apply for it because you could take the class
that
and then
might
you could be
make sense.
like, oh, I don't really have that much money to do it and all that, and they'll fund it for a little bit of it, and I'll feel so bad because it's like the school's putting all this like money, they're putting money into you, and you're just procrastinating, and at the end of it, you're like, oh yeah, I don't really have much done.
But when used correctly,
Oh yeah,
Stephen
yeah.
Powers got
Stephen
a full
Powers.
ride to university,
Is that
Oh,
why?
yeah.
and then got paid if he got to complete college.
yeah.
He got funded for free. That is insane to me. Because, I
That's
mean,
Stephen
his
Powers,
special
isn't it?
topics project was crazy. A marimba made from pipes.
Oh yeah.
And then he performed it.
Yeah, he
he
performed
made his
it.
project in special topics and then performed it to the Heavaload
In a concert.
in a concert.
Like, that is-
Madman.
That's crazy.
He's like a music Iron Man.
And then colleges saw that and was like, yeah, I want that guy. Let's send him a scholarship
I
to
know.
go to college for free. And if he completes our course, we'll
weren't
give
like
him more
colleges
money.
competing for him too?
Yeah.
Like he got multiple offers.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. And that's crazy. Like he was a very intelligent man.
Super.
Oh
He
my
is
god.
so
he didn't
smart.
spoke a lot. He didn't speak a lot.
He didn't
Oh yeah,
speak,
he kept
but-
to himself a lot.
He didn't need to speak. His actions
Yeah.
spoke for him.
Yeah, but I don't want to say that he was the quiet kid. He was
He
He was
did
out
show
there.
choir.
yeah, he
was
did
out
show
there.
choir and all that.
Yeah.
It's just he didn't really talk much, but he talked to like a group of his friends, and basically that's all.
Shout out to Stephen Powers.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen Powers
and Brett Powers.
This podcast has essentially turned into talking about
who I just thought of now, though?
Beatrice High School.
Sam Hothan.
Sam.
Oh yeah, I feel so bad for him.
Let's not go into that.
Time out.
Might have to
time
cut
out.
that.
Cut that, Roel.
The freshmen this year.
Oh my
They are a
gosh.
bunch. They're a bunch.
They are.
At the start of the
I
year.
love.
Oh my gosh.
I love some of them.
I love some of them. But
I
as
hate
a
some of the
whole-
things they do.
As a whole, they are very emotional.
Oh yeah, it's an emotional group.
Grant,
100%.
would you agree that some classes are stereotyped? Like the freshmen this year are like very emotional. The sophomores are kind of
Well, he doesn't even know about the
crazy.
freshmen
I know,
this
but
year.
From your years
He's heard
in high
it, I'm
school, do
sure.
you think
in high school?
from your experience at high school, do you think every class has their like stereotype?
I would say that with every class, has its own stereotypes. Like when I was a freshman, the seniors like they were like all jocks and stuff. They felt like the stereotypical like big boys and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like looking right now, my class is full of a bunch of wimps.
I mean, so is our class, though, honestly. We have a lot of wimps.
We had a few strong men, but like no one would go out for like the hard sports and stuff. It's just kind of lame. And like now I'm looking down even more towards like your guys' age, juniors, and like the freshmen. I just gotta say, people are getting wimpier.
Yes.
People are getting
For
smaller.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
There's a definite change in height.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. I feel like your guys are like the people advance down the line.
There's a
There's
de-evolution.
like it's like a de-evolution. Like they're getting weaker. Some of them are like getting shorter and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just strange.
Yeah, I realized this in middle school in 8th grade. I was seeing the 6th and 7th graders. They're getting shorter and shorter and shorter.
Soon they're gonna be
And then there's just like those three freshmen that are huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's-
like Tucker.
Tucker
Tillman.
Leonard, Luke Fies, and Mason Leonard.
Mason Leonard.
They're just, oh my god.
Mason Leonard's a big dude.
He's
but-
taller than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Giant.
Sooner or later, everyone like dwarfs or something. Like
Fat, chunky, short people.
chunky short people.
Chunky short.
Yeah. We're devolving as a generation.
What can we do to get out of this de-evolution?
I saw a recreation. I don't know how accurate it will be, but scientists like recreated humans for like what exposure to iPhones and like computer will do. And it's just like hunchback people with like huge thumbs and like bulging eyes, and
Oh
you know
my
it's
God.
probably exaggerated, but that's horrifying to think that's maybe where we'll go.
Oh man, dude, you have me thinking about like this one comic strip I found, and those listeners, they probably can't like they're probably not gonna see the strip I'm thinking about right now. But
Edit it in, Roel.
Edit in the video.
But there's basically there's this one kid, like who's a baby, and then he grows up to be like an adult. But at the time he's like 19 or something, his height from increasing, and his mom drawing a line where his height is, goes down like a foot because he's touched over.
Oh yeah, that's a boomer comic.
Yeah, that's a boomer comic you're talking about.
You gotta edit
Hunter
that.
would know what it is.
I know what it is.
I think I know what it is
And
too.
then the kid, he sees that, and then he puts that on his phone. So yeah, people are getting weaker, but they're becoming way smarter. So
Yeah.
it's kind of better, I guess. Depends.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation, I guess. Like,
Totally.
we don't really need to be stronger in this generation,
Yeah.
but it's like you're looked down upon, kind of.
It's cool. It's funny to think how like now we have a computer just everywhere we go. What's next? Like, are my kids gonna have like built-in like AI in their heads, and they'll like display like a computer, a browser, like wherever they go?
Yeah, we don't really need evolution anymore.
We could
The only evolution.
Oh,
we
don't
need
go
is
into
just
evolution.
intelligence.
if we get genetic engineering, which is actually not too far away, we could just make our own bloodlines and just kill all impurities.
Oh, you can already do that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
do that.
exactly.
You have your phone. You're basically a cyborg right now because it's with you everywhere you are.
Right.
When you lose it, you feel like you need it. And with Elon Musk, a new Neuralink.
Neuralink. Yeah.
Throwing it back to Elon Musk,
It's
guys.
going to connect you to basically know everything you can about your phones. That way we can keep up with AI.
Yeah.
So like countries such as China with their huge marketing stuff, they won't be able to compete with the United States because those are going to be the two superpowers in the next coming years.
Oh yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I really hate is how much we rely on China for our economy. Like, and
It's
you
pretty
see in
dependent.
the NBA with the Hong Kong protests, our own American citizens were told to be quiet about not protesting because Nike would lose like $1 billion if they talked about Hong Kong, which is stupid. We should be able to like rely on our own market, our own nation, instead of relying on China for everything.
But the thing is, like, we're born on the idea of capitalism.
Yeah.
And if we can make it cheap, buy it, and then sell it big, that's the whole idea. And whenever we look at foreign countries, we're like, oh, we can pay this little boy about 13 cents an hour just in this crammed little area to maybe put out some Air Jordans. And that's about it.
It's sad but true. I mean, capitalism sometimes is overshadowing our basic liberties. You know, it's putting kids in slave labor. It's censoring ourselves in our own country. Because if we say one bad thing about China, China won't be spending money on us because they have that power.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's
stupid.
Just the morality of it. Like these operations in these foreign countries have suicide nets around these buildings because kids legit jump off and try to kill themselves because this is just a terrible work
environment. And they have
environment.
suicide nets around their companies. Like if you try to kill yourself, you try to like leave your own life. You can't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a choice. So that LeBron James, he's a great basketball player, but the fact that he like told that Rockets GM to be quiet, stupid. Come on,
everyone should have
I can't respect
classy.
LeBron.
Not classy.
And LeBron James, he always preaches about his humble beginnings. He should know more from anyone else, like what it's like to be oppressed like that. And if you're at the top, that's part of the thing. One of the things that the Rocky movies taught me is that like Rocky Balboa, it's fictional, but you know, once you become successful, you become more civilized and you start leaving from your roots. Mm-hmm. And there's truth to that. And I think LeBron James got too civilized. Now he's just a corporate hack like everyone else.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Capitalism.
I love capitalism. I think capitalism's great. But when it like overshadows American liberties, something has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We're starting to hit the 1 hour, 16
minutes.
So
16 minutes.
We should start talking about maybe a happier topic to just end things off.
End things off, okay. I mean, what is happening?
I mean, we really didn't cover the NBA with the coronavirus.
There's really nothing.
Oh yeah, on topic with
happy.
that, Kevin Durant has corona.
Kevin Durant.
He probably got it from the owner because the owner is from like China.
Is he really?
Yeah, it probably
makes sense.
That's crazy.
Nobody.
Rip
Some
Rudy
dude in
Gobert.
China eating a bat.
But there really is nothing.
There's nothing really happy
hopeful
to
talk about right now.
We're just like in limbo. Everyone in the world is in limbo, waiting for that one scientist to concoct a cure, and hoping to God the toilet paper companies don't assassinate them.
Then we're going to resort to Hunter's method of using bounty paper towel rules.
Why toilet paper? Why is that
It's because if it runs out,
I know, but
people are going to go into a crisis.
I have a question about cat litter. Why is cat litter being bought up?
Ask Ty, because he had to go to Fairbury
Well,
to get it.
my cat needs to take a dump somewhere.
How about the yard like on the dogs? What the heck?
Dude, they're talking up cat litter at Walmart. I'm like, should I buy this just in case? It seems like
You don't have a cat!
I know, but everyone's buying it. I'm like, should I
the
buy
only thing
it?
I can think of cat litter is good for, besides like, you know, your pet, is like you can put it over ice. But that's like the
Over
only
ice?
You can?
Yeah, I think.
What do you mean
I think
over
that's
You
how
can
you
put anything over ice, but does it help?
No, yeah, it actually helps.
Yeah.
Cat litter over ice? What do you mean?
It like
Like,
melts
so
it
you
down and it adds traction.
Oh, you mean like putting it out like on a driveway?
Yeah, so you don't like slip.
Oh, I just said ice
Oh.
melt. You should say like ice melt. I was like, huh?
No, you just
pouring it like over a
it's
cup
just
of
no
glass.
alternative, so you don't eat shit.
Well, let's end. You want to end this podcast on eating shit?
I mean,
Great
it's
job,
one
Hunter.
topic to end it on.
Oh.
I'd like to thank our listeners for
Thank
listening
you.
to Roeland Podcast Episode 2. Never thought it would happen.
Coming back.
After
We
episode
should do it
1.
more often.
Part 3 is
Yeah,
coming
we
soon.
should.
Weekly updates.
Weekly updates because
with-
we have to
Next
have a
week
journal.
might as well. Next
We have
week.
nothing to do.
With every English journal, we definitely will.
Yeah.
And now that coronavirus kind of hit, and we're most likely not going to be going to school
for the rest of
the year.
Weekly updates.
We literally have nothing to do.
I just want to also, before we go, thank our sponsor one more time.
Thank you. Thank you, Roel and Brand.
Roeland Squad Brand.
Presented by Grant Meyer.
Thank you to Grant Meyer.
The Beatrice alumni, Grant Meyer.
Thank you for having me.
Robbie, if you listen to the whole thing, which there's no way you didn't.
No way.
If you listen to this whole thing, we will buy you a Roeland sticker.
No, I'll buy a Roeland t-shirt for her and her 2 kids.
If you email CorOHNOvirus with the following code,
ZXYB234.
Grant Meyer at the very end.
Just Grant
Meyer after that string of code.
Say the code again one more time, Roel.
I don't remember.
Replay it. Edit it in, Roel. Replay it.
ZXYB234.
Grant Meyer. That's it.
Yep, use the one Roel said, and then end it with Grant Meyer, and we'll give you a free Roeland product of your choice.
Anything.
Literally a tapestry.
For you and your 2 kids.
You and your 2 kids.
And even your husband.
So you get 4 products.
Yeah, 4
if you send us the code.
I mean, I already spent $50 on USB cord, so I mean, I might as well. I still need to buy that Plague Doctor mask. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get that, the trench coat, some boots.
Put it in Roeland colors, the doctor mask.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Well, it's been a crazy night.
Yeah,
it's been real.
It is now 10:23. We came here at
7:30. It's been 3 hours.
Let's just give a recap on what happened before we even filmed
recorded
this.
So pretty much, what happened? The guys showed up to my house.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Okay, or not.
Yeah, because this is already pretty long.
End it on a nice story, though.
It's a funny story to end it on.
It's a funny story.
So
I feel
guys,
like we already wrapped it up, though.
Yeah, we already wrapped it up.
Oh well. Guys pulled up to the house. Hunter sat awkwardly in his truck waiting. All of a sudden, Ty and Roel pull up. And I'm like, oh, hey guys. They come downstairs. Roel's starting to hook everything up. It's about 10 minutes. You know, usually Roel's pretty techie, so it's kind of like, what's going on, you know? And all of a sudden, Roel's like, guys, we don't have the right cord. So we run over to Casey's to get the cord. Spend $20 on the cord. Sad to say, well, the main thing was, what's the kind of cord that we needed? A C cable?
We needed a USB-C.
Okay, let's backtrack. We go to Casey's because, like, the cord we have is, like, busted. And we see the cord that we want. And Roel says, hey, Ty, you want this in a different color? And I'm like, yeah, I want it in red. So we swap the cord we need for the red one, buy it, get back to the house.
Open it up.
And he opens it up, tries to put it in. It's a lightning cable. So we're like, shit. And then, like, we go back to the store. We grab the wire. And
leave the box.
The woman says, hey, we say to the woman, hey, can we refund this? Yeah, do you have the box? We don't have the box, so we have to come all the way back to the house. Max says, oh, hey, Mom, Dad, we have to grab the box. They roll their eyes, grabs the box, goes to Casey's. I just got off with my boss. We cannot refund.
Since you opened the box, you cannot be refunded.
So, that's already this is our 3rd trip. So, I buy 2 cords, $50, because, one's just in case the other one doesn't work. And I bought, a green edition Red Bull Kiwi Apple sponsor. Give me money, Red Bull. And we plug it in, and Eureka, we found fire. The cavemen found fire.
And now we're here.
And we're here, finishing it off. So, thank you to all of our listeners on SoundCloud, YouTube. Mrs. Robinson, thank you, Mrs. Robinson.
Shout out to everyone that we mentioned.
Shout out to
Grant Meyer, Cody Toland, Colt Brenner,
Mitt
Brandon
Romney,
Moore,
and Donald Trump. Let's get that UBI.
Andrew Yang.
Yeah, just have a good night.
Have a good night. God bless.
Love you.
See you next time.